Hello everyone and welcome to Math Gallery. So today we see this problem over here. You can see this problem. It says that limit n tends to infinity. Of course, this is infinity symbol. I really love infinity because infinity is a very good thing. It's actually opposite of zero. You can say that infinity is actually the what you can say, like the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal of the number zero. Maybe I mean minus infinity or plus infinity, because that is the reciprocal of zero. If you think about this positive, then we talk about the plus infinity, because 0 1 by 0 is actually, so many people consider it as infinity. So limit n tends to infinity, n into 2 to the power 1 by n minus 1. So that means basically nth root of 2 minus 1, and with that there is n multiplied. So to do this problem, of course, as you know that I really love L'Hospital rule, so we should use L'Hospital here. But before using L'Hospital rule, we have to check whether we can use it or not, otherwise we cannot use it. Okay, so to do that, at first what we do, we try to find out that 0 by 0 form, so that you can use that L'Hospital rule. So at first try to write this limit in certain format, so that we can use that thing to find out or to extract the limit over here. Okay, so at first write like this. I think you can see this. So limit n tends to infinity. So here it is n. If it comes to denominator, it becomes 1 by n. So 2 to the power 1 by n minus 1, and in denominator we have 1 by n. Now if I run n tends to infinity, then 1 by n becomes 0, and 2 to the power 1 by n means 2 to the power 0 minus 1 means 1 minus 1 means 0. So that is 0 by 0 form. Alright, so that is 0 by 0 form. So when there is 0 by 0 form, as we know that we can differentiate it with respect to n. Although n is natural number, we cannot differentiate, but there is a sequential criterion of limit of a sequence where we can switch between n and x. Of course, x is a continuous variable and n is a discrete variable. From that point of view, we can derive it. But before that, we need to understand that what is the derivative of 2 to the power 1 by n. So to do that, we should just try to find out that what is the derivative of 2 to the power 1 by x at first. So let's think about this 2 to the power 1 by x and call it, let's say, y. Okay, so we want to find the derivative of this. To do that, at first take log. All right, so log y equals to 1 by x log 2. Now differentiating both sides with respect to x, what we get? 1 by y dash is equals to minus 1 by x square into log 2. So that becomes y dash is equals to minus y by x square log 2. All right, so of course y means 2 to the power 1 by x. So basically what happens that the derivative should be like 2 to the power 1 by x into its derivative of the power and then log 2. So since that is 0 by 0 form, so we can differentiate it. So now differentiating numerator and denominator with respect to n, what you get? So on the lower part we have 1 by n's derivative is 1 by minus 1 by n square, and on the upper part, of course, minus 1's derivative is actually 0, so we need to differentiate only 2 to the power 1 by n, which is over here. Okay, so just apply this. So minus 2 to the power 1 by n into x square n square into log 2. All right, so from here, if I vanish this minus, convert to plus, then it becomes like this. All right, we got this. So n square by n square we can cancel. Now what we need to really care about is 2 to the power 1 by n. As you know that 2 to the power 1 by n, as n tends to infinity, it becomes 2 to the power 0, which is actually 1, and we have log 2 over here, so it becomes like this. So log 2 into limit 2 to the power 1 by n, n tends to infinity. So this limit value is actually 1, so the answer will be log 2. Of course, this is base e, we can write over e over here. So what is the limit? The limit is actually log 2 e base 2. Okay, that is the limit is all about. So it is a very important problem, and these kind of problems are like very popular in especially competitive exam, competitive mathematics exam. So I found this on somewhere on internet, and I try to fix my mind to solve this problem because it is very useful problem after all, and that's why I'm solving this problem. And I think I have explained it where it is needed to explain, needed to be explained. So that's how we can solve this kind of problems. And thanks for watching. And if you have any doubts, you can like, you cannot contact me of course, but you can comment on comment box where you can say your views, that I mean say your opinion, whether you like it or not, I mean whether you like the method or not. Because every time I do the limit, I always apply the L'Hospital rule, because you know that almost each of the limit, it can be applying, it can be solved by applying L'Hospital rule. What L'Hospital rule actually does to the limit is actually it diminishes or decreases the which is called the power of the numerator denominator, or power of the whole problem. Okay, so thanks for watching.